In today's video, we're gonna cover 5 detailing tools under $60. Some of them are for the interior, some of them are for the exterior, and some of them are for both. I'll have the links to these tools in the description box down below. First on the list is this X-Power blower. Now, it's actually not a blower, it's a duster. I have a full in-depth review about this blower. Now this one comes in at around $49 depending on the color that you get. Now this is a great entry-level blower for blowing out the standing water and the emblems, the wheels, the badges, the grill. Now I wouldn't use this to blow down the entire vehicle. It's just not that strong. Or if you just want to take that much time to blow everything down, sure. But I would just use this primarily to get the standing water out of those tight areas. Now with this one, because it's small and compact and pretty strong for the size, you can also use this to blow out the interior if you don't have an air compressor and a cleaning gun or a crevice tool, a crevice cleaning gun. So this could be used for both if you need it. In the past, before I had a compressor and air hose and all that, this is what I use to blow out the interior. And although it's not as good as, let's say, like a dedicated cleaning gun, this still works well enough to blow out the interior of the dust and debris that you might find around the interior. So for $49, this is actually a great tool to have in your arsenal. Next up is this IK multi-pump sprayer. Now, we are big advocates and users of pump sprayers. Not necessarily an IK, although that's what I'm using here now. And I believe this is around $39. But you can go to Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's, Amazon, and buy one for like $14, $18. But IK is one of the better brands that we've used that's hold up for a very long time. I kid you not, across our shops and our vans, we probably have around 12 IK pump sprayers, ranging from this size to the bigger one to their bigger ones. So we're a big fan of the IK pump sprayers, but I use a pump sprayer, especially if you're just getting into pump sprayers and you only have like 1 or 2 of them. You can use it to use your most used products. So if you're using an all-purpose cleaner, if you're using your clay lube, you can put that into the pump sprayer, and it's just easier to put that or to use this to lay down the product on the surface that you're cleaning. Again, you can use this for both the interior and exterior. It just depends what product you're gonna use, but these hold up very well. You have this valve here to release the pressure. You can adjust how you fan out the product, I think. And they just hold, like, we've had some for years. We beat them up, they're like scratched up, they're dented. Like, we put these through the ringer and they hold up very well. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be IK. You could go find much cheaper pump sprayers locally, but this is the one that we really use and use a lot. Next up is this Astro 50 SL cordless light. So if you're doing paint correction, polishing, or you just need to inspect your work, this is a fantastic little tool to just as a light source. So it's magnetic, so you can actually attach it to whatever surface that's able to keep it magnet or to use the magnet. You're able to kind of move this around to kind of adjust the lighting depending on where you fixated it. But all in all, it's a great tool to have in your pocket, to have when you're working around vehicles, when you're needing to inspect your paint. I think this one's actually like $62, so it's $2 over our $60 budget, but I'm just gonna give it that pass because it's only $2. But this is a fantastic tool. It's not the best one, it's not the most powerful, it's not the most like whatever, but for $60 to have a light in your pocket that you can have that will do a good enough job to inspect the paint, to see how you're working when you're polishing and correcting your paint, it's good to have. And again, like I think we've been having this one for at least 3 years or 2 years, so they hold up very, very well. And again, it really helps that it's rechargeable, meaning you just set it for a few hours and it's fully charged, and you can go about your day and take it wherever you're going to use it as your inspection light. Next up is this Wheel Willy for $37. Now this is by far one of our most favorite brushes to use when it comes to cleaning the wheel face and the engine bay. We don't use this anywhere else on the exterior. So the way that we kind of think about cleaning things is you use the larger brush for the larger surface areas and then smaller brushes for the smaller surface areas. Meaning we're gonna use this to clean the wheel face, like the spokes. We're gonna use this to maybe, if it calls for it, clean the inner wheel liner, and definitely use this to clean the plastic surfaces in the engine bay. Time to time, if it's really that dirty on the door jambs, we'll spray our APC and then agitate with this brush if it's like really that bad. But other than that, we're primarily using it for the wheel face and for the engine bay. Now again, we do this as a business, and we have about like 4 of these brushes. And I mean, again, we toss them, we throw them, we slide them, we knock them over. Like, we use these very aggressively, and they hold up very well. The plastic, whatever is here, is very well done. The bristles are very soft, but they're still very stiff to the point like they're not like flying out every single time you use them. So all around, this is a very sturdy tool. And if you're just doing this as a hobby on your personal vehicle, like, assuming you take care of it, like as far as like you don't like press down on the bristles the entire time, it's gonna last you a very long time. And next up is a cleaning gun called Tornador. Now there's actually another brand that does the exact same thing. I forget the name off the top of my head, but depending on where you purchase this one, I think it ranges between like $50 to $60. I've seen it like two different price points on like a few different websites. But now again, the caveat to this though is that you can only use this if you have an air compressor and if you have an air hose, obviously. So yes, this tool is only $50 to $60, but you need the entire assembly to make this work. But I'm telling you, like, for interiors, this thing is fantastic to loosen up debris, to loosen up pet hair, to get into those tight areas. Like, this works much different than any other tool that you have. You have this little thing here that once you press it and it's hooked up, it spins in circles and it kind of just agitates the fiber, or agitates the surface, and it just does a very good job at, as what it's called, cleaning the area. We primarily use this when we're vacuuming the interior and we want to loosen up the debris to make the vacuuming process easier. That's where we'll use this. And then the second part where we'll use it is to blow out the areas on the door panels, on anything plastic, on any plastic surfaces. We'll use this to blow out the either standing liquid that we use like as a cleaner, or maybe if there's dust, debris in those tight areas, we'll also use this as well. But I mean, we use this every single day when we're working on multiple vehicles per day, and this thing holds up. And that's gonna wrap up this video. We have the X Power at $49, the IK pump sprayer at $29. You have the Astro light at around $60. You have the wheel willy at around, or the wheel brush at around $29. And then you have your cleaning gun at $50 to $60. These are all great tools. Now again, there's always like better things that you can purchase. You can buy a bigger pump sprayer. You can buy a bigger blower. You can buy a better light. You'll always find a better option. But again, like, we have used all of these and currently use most of these in our business on a daily basis, and they work great. And again, it's one of those, like, buy the best that you can within the budget that you're allowed. Meaning, like, if you want to go buy a $400 blower, but you only have the budget for a $49 blower, that's fine. Like, that's why we have it here, because we purchased it for a reason as well, and we use it for as long as we needed to until we could upgrade. So these are all great. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Which one would you use? And I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.